Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the daily update. Market is up about 0.27% on the S&P. It looks like another grinding higher day today. Let's try to figure out what we can expect going into tomorrow here. So it looks like this is where it opened. This is where it closed yesterday. It looks like we opened flat. It looks like initially came back down, but as we talked about that short-term moving average on the last night's update, you can see I think it was crucial what happened, because yesterday we lost the short-term moving average, and then we did see that dip, and we came down to retest this gap here at 376, and how quickly that was bought up, and it closed that hour above my short-term moving average. And I think that was very, very important, because buyers are protecting, making sure that the price stays above it. And I've covered it on the last night's video that they want to stay above the short-term moving average so they can keep that short-term bullish sentiment to continue. On the second hour, you can see we also stayed up. So what happened was today we opened flat. We came down and retested that short-term moving average once again, right on that 377.85 here, and quickly dip was bought. We got up here, closed above on that micro term resistance. We closed above that on the first hour, and then that was it, right? All the battle was fought on the first hour. And as soon as that short-term moving average was protected and acted as support, we continued on the second hour, continued on the third hour, continued on the fourth hour, and fifth hour. You can see on the fifth hour, we continued on, and buyers really tried to fill this gap, but they didn't fill it all the way. That might be something here. I mean, it's hard to tell as of today that's going to be bearish or not. It would have been better. I have to say this. It would have been better for the buyers if they would went ahead and completely filled it. Leaving a little bit behind kind of shows a little bit of weakness on this rally that we saw today. And then on the sixth hour, we did see a pullback here. So I think at this point, what we have to expect is that, I'm going to actually bring this to you. This will be a micro term support for tomorrow, at least for the couple hours tomorrow here. So you can see, just looking at the last couple days of price action, that level has been acting as that pivot, right? That was resistance pretty much all throughout, I think, Monday, and then became resistance also pretty much throughout yesterday. And once we got above it today, and then we retested here, that became as pivot. Buyers use that as support, and so we're coming back here. So 379 will be a micro term support going into tomorrow. And if we lose that level, 378.69, we do see that short-term moving average residing right now at 378.69. And keep in mind that short-term moving average has been supporting the buyers. So I think the bulls want to, continue to stay above the short-term moving average if they want to keep this momentum going, and sooner or later want to go up and fill this gap. Obviously, best case scenario for the buyers is getting up here as quickly as possible tomorrow, maybe even gap up and fill this gap. Would it be possible to maybe even gapping it over, right? Just let's see here. So this is where it closed at 379.76 or so. So if they want to just gap it over, not even want to deal with that resistance area, it will be 0.4% gap up. So 0.4% gap up will gap it over, which is very much doable. Just gap it over and open the market at 381.27 or 381.30. If we see something like that, I think we could see rally continuing to the upside. Let's check out that oscillator real quick here. So you can see the oscillator actually did cultivate that higher low prematurely crossed. So bears are kind of looking weak here according to this oscillator, because we didn't see this thing coming all the way back down to the bottom of its band. Rather, bears still had some energy left to push. The short-term moving average did act as support. Bears were not able to push lower once it was crossed. Now buyers bring it up, and right now the sentiment is now bullish, with my oscillator is continues to expand to the upside once it crossed earlier today. And we do have some room to move here. That means another day or so they can push it up tomorrow. And with that higher low cultivation on the oscillator, maybe bulls are cooking up something here. So again, this gap that wasn't fully filled, it will be important. Gapping up above it will be the best case scenario, or bulls need to fill that right away. If we do see slide tomorrow, we want to see if this price can stay above that short-term moving average. I'll come back for you. Enjoy your evening and good luck trading tomorrow.